You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Um, Disclaimer, like I said, every fucking episode, we don't care if we liked it or not. We still watch your shit, and congratulations to you. We support you, and shout outs to you, nigga, because you made it. We don't know you. We're watching this. Your movie. Anybody around the world can watch your shit. You made it, my nigga. You famous. You good.
Just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click it, turn it off. Back in this thing with another one. This is another holiday movie. It's called A Very Merry Hood Christmas. You know, we got to start doing these directors and shit, man. We got to start doing it. I keep slipping.
Oh, well, I mean, I could tell you the director is Thomas L. Harris.
For sure. And who wrote it?
I think he actually played in the movie as well. The writer, that I don't know because it's not on IMDb. I'm looking on the Tubi channel where they say who's starring in it and who's directed by, and that's it. They always give the director more credit than the actual writer of the movie,
which is crazy. But I don't know why it ain't on IMDb, which is crazy also.
Yeah. I was peeping that. I was just like, oh, every movie, even the lower budget movies are on IMDb because everybody want their credits. But I was scouring the web for that shit. I could not find it nowhere. I had to go to their Instagram to like actually, see their names and all of that, and who's who. But yeah, A Very Merry Hood Christmas.
And I want to say before we even start talking about this shit, that title is so misleading from what you got in this movie.
Yeah.
So if somebody was like, "Hey man, watch A Very Merry Hood Christmas," I'll be like,
I ain't watching that shit.
Yeah. Straight up.
Real shit.
But the quality of this movie, I would literally put this movie up there with all the what's the shit with Chris Brown and them?
This
Christmas. I'll put this movie up there with that with those type of Black Christmas movies.
Yeah, this it's funny because when it first came in, like it was a little misleading as well because I saw like the background, it was like a snow globe kind of background, and then it was like it came in with some rap. I was like, yo, this is gonna be trash. the music was slapping, don't get me wrong. Like when it came in, I was like, okay, but I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be one of them. But I was I was pleasantly surprised, my nigga, what I was
right.
After the first couple of scenes, I was locked in. First couple of scenes.
Right. It's like you overly impressed, like off top. Like I said, okay, so me watching it, I watched like 10. My wife don't watch these movies with me. Okay. So I watched like 10 minutes. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. 10 minutes, I turned it off and I woke her up, like, come downstairs and watch it with me. You gotta watch this shit.
Yeah. It was there was no slow burn about this movie.
At all.
It came in, it gave you the introduction of who was gonna be in it, and then it just popped off. It gave you most of the I felt like I was into every actor's like role at that point. Like I was interested in whatever they had going on. I was like, okay, this person is this family is the family with the stepdad and the daughter that didn't like him, and then it's the family with the they trying to have a baby. Then it's the gay brother. This nigga's gonna hold the movie together. This as far as like comedic relief or whatever. Comedian Jay Will, he started off having me dying, nigga. Like his first line, that nigga said, "I ain't never had my dick sucked with a hole in your mouth."
Hey.
I was dying. I'm like, right, this nigga wilding, dude.
But, hey, the combination of those two niggas, man. Yeah. So I posted something asking about a sitcom because I really think these niggas need a sitcom. Just those two.
Which one? The gay brother and the Jay Will?
Yeah, man. Yeah. The combination, the way these niggas back and forth together. It's fucking. So it was after that interaction. So I'm laughing. So I was already taken out by dude on the phone, the gay dude on the phone talking to the lady. That nigga was like, I don't give a fuck if Santa is so. I was like, the way he talking, nigga, I'm crying. But then when he pulled up, like you said, that nigga said, you ain't never suck my nigga with a horse in your mouth. My God.
I was caught totally off guard. I was like, did he say that? I had to rewind it.
I was
What?
like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck you say? But then his reaction to when he was grabbing, when the gay brother was grabbing his sister, that nigga said, you can't fuck everything.
Exactly. He was like, man, you really gay? Like, nigga, I'm telling you, bro, like right away, I'm not even juicing this movie up, nigga.
Nah.
Like I was committed.
Hey, I stopped it after that interaction, and I went upstairs to get I woke her up.
Yeah.
And she knows she don't like to be woke up for nothing. But I was like, you need to come downstairs and watch this shit.
Right. Yeah. This was one of them ones that I feel like when it comes to low budget films, it don't have to be like, so just like overboard. Because I'm not sitting here saying that these were the best actors that I've ever seen, right? But they did their parts, you know what I mean? Like it was believable. Nobody was like super overboard. Like the people that did the comedy stuck to the comedy. You know what I mean? The people that were more serious throughout the movie, I feel like they just stayed in their roles the whole time. They did a fantastic job, nigga, for considered a low budget.
Right. So the thing is, and like I always say about comedy, it's like you got the people that force it, and you got the people that are it's just natural with it. So yeah. I've been around them type of gay dudes, and I've been around them niggas that talk shit like that. Right. Like just it's them gay dudes, like it's like those type of gay dudes you don't want to start an argument with because he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he was roasting.
Right.
Roasting niggas the whole
movie. The whole fucking movie. And then dude just talking shit. It's like you know these type of niggas in real life, so it's not forced. It's natural.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like the people that the outside, the other family, like the stepdad, right. that was actually a part of that family. I felt like he played a role like pretty well, too. Like he did his part, you know what I mean? He didn't have to be funny, you know what I mean? Like, but he played a good role to where it was just like, I wanted to see more of him as well, you know what I mean? I think the only nigga that was in there that probably was just like too laid back was a big dude. Like he was just like his role was very like every time I saw him, I just felt like he was like
chilling.
Like he was almost asleep. You know what I mean? There was just like, yo, just don't do that. It was probably telling that nigga like, yo, you don't have to act at all, bro. Like just chill. I just need your facial expression because that nigga every time something happened, he was like,
but it was like he's that natural. It's like it's always that nigga around. He just naturally he naturally cool as fuck.
Yeah, like I'm glad they didn't make him go OD. Like what he did just with his movements.
Yeah, that was enough. Hey, he did have a lot of that. That nigga had to lean against the wall. Like
yeah, facial expression. They saw like, yeah, look sad. And he was like,
hey, another cool thing, and this is for the production. They shot all this shit in one house.
Yeah.
Like literally. But they made nigga would use what you got.
They definitely made the best of it.
Because it's like everybody when they went home, it was like that's just another room. That's just another room. That's just you could tell it was all in the damn near in the same house. But that shit, shit, like I said, this is one I can rewatch like every Christmas damn near.
I watched it twice, and I didn't have a problem with watching it twice
at all.
Yeah, I would definitely want to. I think the first time I watched it, I didn't fall asleep, but it was late. So I only watched like half of it, and then I went back and watched the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, this is as good as I thought at the time. So, but thinking back to like just the story, right? Like they come in from, I don't know, from wherever they live. I think it's Detroit, right? Everybody probably lives in Detroit. So everybody gets together for Christmas, whatever. Like, they're not having no party, nothing. I guess they just go to their family's house. Like, because nobody, as you know, usually when you go to your family's house for Christmas, they like got something going on or whatever. Like, but I mean, I guess they did have dinner at some point. But so they go there and then they catch the mom and dad getting it in right away.
That shit was hella funny. Hey, didn't the dad look like Carlos Miller daddy? So
Oh, it's like who they get to play the mama because she looked young too. She
didn't look as old as what she's saying, but she pulled that shit off.
They put a gray wig on that lady like she ain't 40. I was like, that lady is young.
I want to say too, it kind of made me nervous. Like, so they get to a point where they show the mom and the dad in the kitchen looking at a paper. I'm like, don't kill one of them. I'm getting tired of those movies. Like, oh, we just want y'all to know mama got cancer. Like, this is what I'm like, please don't take that angle.
That's
But
what the
nigga,
thought was going.
yeah, but when that nigga said we moving and you heard the gay brother, like, the fuck you talking about? I was crying. I was crying.
I had to stop the movie to see what the hell the paper was saying. It was like a grant deed. So it was like, that's when you're giving the house to somebody, right? That's pretty much what it was. So yeah, so I feel you on that, because I was like, man, I hope it's not one of them sad movies, because I want it to be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's already funny. It's just like, damn, mama got cancer, or they about to lose the house.
That's what it's like. I get tired of that shit, man. Like, it don't always gotta be that.
Fry.
You know, it don't always gotta be that. But there was, so they tackled hella serious, like the relationship shit with the brother and the woman that always worked. Yeah, that's a real life problem niggas deal with. The stepdaddy thing, I was like, God damn, they was touching on that shit. And then the infidelity, I mean, not infidelity, the woman can't have a baby. It's like, they touched on all those serious things, but it wasn't so much to where it's like bringing you down. You know what I mean? They just tackled it, moved on.
On one family, she was just working all the time. It almost reminded me of the last movie we did, like with LaToya Luckett. Like, she was just in her job. I thought she was cheating at first. I thought she was
that's what I thought too. Like the way they set it up, but I'm glad that wasn't it. I'm glad it was like, because it don't always be that. You always think the worst, but it don't be that. You know what I mean? So they did a whole lot of what we think from our side, and then showing what it really is. So it's kind of like everybody had to work through something.
Yeah, they definitely made it seem like that, because she was all excited to go anywhere. She was like, I'll go get the tree. I'll go get the sled. I'm just like, oh yeah. And when dude said it, it made it funnier, because it's like, it kind of opened that up to like, all right, like that might not be the thing. It's like, oh yeah, your girl was going somewhere like she about to fuck somebody, or she about to get fucked. I'm like, damn.
Hey, he wasn't shit though. Hey, he funny as hell, but he wasn't shit when she was leaving to go get the tree. Oh no, what she said she had to go to work or something. And that nigga was like, yeah, I want to see what her mouth do. That nigga said it looked like she got an ass on her face.
I know it's my brother girl, man, but I've been looking at her ever since he got with her, man. She got an ass on her face.
That nigga is crazy.
I know it's my brother's girl, but damn. Dude has some one-liners. I was like, there's no way they gave him a script.
Neither one of them. Like, that's what I'm saying.
To do.
They interactions, man. When they was talking about taking over the hose, that nigga said, man, I'm gonna have hella hoes on 3 different floors. That nigga said, can I bring my hoes too?
He was like, your hoes gonna be niggas. He's like, niggas can be hoes.
He said, nigga, you up? Hey, he told that nigga he was a 5. He said, first of all, nigga, I'm a 7.5.
That nigga walked in and called his mom and dad screwed. That nigga was like, oh, it's stinking here.
That nigga said, oh my God, that's mama. I was looking at her ass. He said, oh, I looked again.
Mama thick. Yeah, that nigga's a fool, man. He definitely kept the movie. Him and I don't want to keep on calling him gay, dude. We're gonna get canceled.
Right. Yeah, find his name.
I think his name was, I don't know his real name, but in the movie, I think his name was Jace or JC or something.
Fuck, I can't even remember.
Yeah,
but the combination of them niggas, man, like that.
Don't quote me on this, but I think he was the director or the producer in the movie.
Which one?
The Jace.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think because it's like, I went to their Instagram and I was trying to see who everybody was, and instead of putting his name, they put like the production company on his picture.
Oh,
like, you know how they tag people or whatever. Like, when you go to his picture, it was like both production teams or whatever. So I think that was the director, or either maybe the writer. I don't know. But oh shit. I fucked around and push play. I had that shit up from yesterday because I was going through it again. But yeah, man. So what do you think about because when I was thinking about the actual story, like, it was like how you were saying, it was like so many small stories within the story, because the actual full story wasn't really about nothing other than going to your family's house and it just being, hectic, not hectic, but like just,
everyday family shit.
Family drama or whatever. Like, there was nothing in there that was just like extra. Just like you said, like nobody about to die, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody cheating, really. It ain't about.
Okay, so the only extra when I was like, I don't know if they had to do that, was when all the girls got into it. it seemed like it was just like out of nowhere. She just like flipped.
You talking about when they were sitting in the living room and they started like putting out personal business?
So it was like first the stepdad, I mean the real dad showed up, which was fucked up. Like I understood that scene, but then after that it was like she just like full on went at it, like on some why did we get married shit. Like they just threw everybody business out there. I was like, God damn, I don't know if it costs for all that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that I feel like in every black family film, there's always like somebody got to out another person personal business, or it just I don't know if that's realistic to me though, because it's like I've seen a lot of black movies do that, but I ain't never in my household. I would never go back.
The shit like that, shit like that really happens.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's as instant as it happened. Because like I said, I don't know if it necessarily. We kind of needed it so everybody can go in their separate corners. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know if it was all the way necessary like that. Like, because it was just like, yeah, you can't have a baby, and he don't want to adopt the baby, and yeah, you about to lose your family. This nigga don't really love you. It was just like, God damn, it was coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I was like, I never had siblings, so I don't know what that's like to go back and forth with siblings.
You don't know.
Because when they was at the office party or about to go to the office party, they was like going back and forth with each other. Like, first of all, that ain't even your daughter. She don't even like you. Like shit like that. You can't say that to me and be cool to me tomorrow.
Nah, but you know what? Like shit like that, it's kind of personal. But when, like you said, with siblings, it's personal, but it ain't enough to be like, man, fuck you for real. Because it's like hurtful shit, but it's kind of like you saying it, but you know it ain't coming from the heart in them moments.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be from the sibling, and I don't know that life. So it's like,
yeah,
if my friend would have said some shit like that in front of everybody, nigga, it would have been a fade, or we would have been cool.
Yeah.
No more. I'd be like, excuse, wait, what? Like,
you talk about when they was standing around taking shots, right? When he was like, when they was talking about who should get the house, and he was like, first of all, your daughter don't even like you. So it's like
that's out of pocket.
It is, but it's siblings do shit like that. Like me and my siblings, we do shit like that. It is like foul to say, but you could say that if somebody else say it, it's a problem.
It's a problem, yeah. So they definitely had their little like bickering moments because they did it at the house and they did it at the party when they were talking about, or with the house they were talking about the real personal shit, like that's why what's his name don't want to adopt no baby, he want his own.
But that's so and they were good at that. So you saw when they were taking the shots, the brothers was taking shots at each other. So it wasn't like they could just move on from that. They kind of dapped up and then moved on. But the girls ain't related.
Right.
So it's like it struck harder, like, bitch, you don't even know me for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it was more serious when they were doing it compared to when the brothers were doing it. Because the brothers, they was kind of mad, but they were kind of like, nigga, let's go party. So they kind of dapped up and moved on.
Yeah, ain't no dapping up. It's like, I'm leaving the party. I hold grudges a little bit. I don't like it. Nigga, what you talking
about? It's because you don't got no siblings though. So it's like you said, from your angle, I understand where you be like, nigga, don't play with me like that.
You know, on another note, like one thing I did enjoy about this movie is the party scenes. They had two of them, and I enjoyed both of them. Like I was just like, oh, this shit, like low key. Like they had that Sada Baby song, then they had I think Yin Yang Twins on the next one, but them niggas was gigging like
when that nigga came skating in.
yeah. I tell you, that whole part was dope. I was just like that. I like this is the kind of like, you know how they have like musical montages in movies to like, take up space and shit like that. Like this was just enough. Like, they had the office party. I don't know how that was an office party because it was silent. That office party went from 0 to 100. Like they was in the kitchen like, yeah, it's office party popping. I was like, where the music? Like they just in there.
No. So I thought that was before the office party because I remember when he said he was like, "Hey, office party," and I'm like, "That's just your family. There ain't no office there."
Nigga, that was the office party. It was just like we going to the office party, and then they was there. They got they taking shots and everything, and it's just like out of nowhere you hear music and they start dancing. I'm just like, all right, I guess nobody was there yet. I guess they was the first to show up.
I don't know. I took it. So yeah, maybe you're right. I took it differently because I don't know why I took it differently. Now that you're saying that, because when they was leaving, the mom was on the porch smoking. They were like, "We're going to the office party." They didn't even change yet.
Yeah,
and then it did the next thing they're changed, and he's like, "Office party," and I'm like, when he said that, I was like, "Ain't no office party in here."
Yeah, just like you said, like they were in pretty much one location for the whole film, which is
the whole film.
It's kind of genius a little bit because it can focus more on production than trying to pay for locations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Trying to get,
Yep.
trying to get light, because like when it comes to lighting, you gotta light up every place that you at. They probably set the lights up everywhere around the house and was just like, yo, we just gonna go into each room and knock this shit out. The
That shit
production was on
worked
point.
though. That shit worked.
Yeah. Shit, like I'm thinking about my notes and what I wrote. I wrote it wasn't a lot to
write
write.
down.
I wrote like just like certain things that I wanted to discuss more than anything. I didn't really write down like sometimes we like break down the movie from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the movie was just it was a good movie, man. Like I can see myself watching this with like the wife, you know what I mean? It's like just for a good laugh on Christmas or whatever. Like I feel like this could be one of those movies that do kind of last a little bit longer when it comes to Christmas movies versus the previous ones that we discussed. I couldn't see myself watching A Miracle Before Christmas again.
That's not gonna happen. But like I said, I put this I literally put this up there with those, with the with the Chris Brown one, with all of those Christmas movies. I could put it up there with it.
Right. Yeah. And maybe because it's still a lower budget film, and we appreciate good low budget films. So I mean, if you're into mainstream type Christmas movies, like you got to see, like it's got to be somebody in there that you know. Like I didn't know anybody other than comedian Jay Will.
I didn't even know him.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody in this movie, so it's hard to get somebody to sit. I've noticed that it's hard to get people to sit in front of movies that they don't either relate to or recognize the cast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this Christmas was the way it was because of who was in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was a good movie, but it's like replace those actors in this Christmas with just some randoms that you've never seen ever.
I mean,
would it still have the same effect? Like, they threw, the default black cast in that one. You know what I mean? Like
that nigga said the default.
They sprinkled everybody up in there. They got Lauren London. They got what was that? Of course, Chris Brown. They got the lady that always played a mama in every movie. Like that sells you right there. Like you're gonna watch people.
Don't you ever call these niggas the default?
The default, nigga. Like the default cast, bro. Nigga, like all the black movies have the default cast for the most part. I'm surprised Gabrielle Union wasn't in this movie.
Well, but like I said, just that the title is misleading. So you think you're going in to see some whole these niggas opening presents. Somebody did a drive-by and shot the baby, and then these niggas got so when you see that title, you kind of assume that, or you assume you're gonna get some of that. But for the fact that this is just like a regular black family, they wasn't balling out of control. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't over the top. We're over the top successful. We got all of this money, but we still got problems. It was just like regular black family shit.
I'm super glad I didn't hear nobody say they from Harvard or Princeton in this movie. Like,
yeah,
I'm saying I'll dislike successful black people. I love it. It's just it's definitely overdone. It's like it's always somebody that come in there being bougie. Like everybody was regular. You know what I mean?
And it was the one brother, the one they called Shaft, and did the whole song. You could tell he was a little more successful than they were, but it wasn't so over the top to where it's kind of like a negative. You know how somebody come in so successful, like they like snobby and look down on everybody.
Right.
They didn't pull that angle with it. It's like, he had it, but it wasn't like a I got it, you don't type thing.
Right. The only time they played it is with the girl that had the job that was in her job, but like she was just like, if I don't work, who gonna pay the bills and all of that? You know what I mean? That was the only thing, but she wasn't even overly like, I'm better than my family, none of that. Because she was a hairdresser.
Yeah, she did hair.
Yeah, so I mean, she was.
It was funny. What was funny was they used that same girl from the beginning. She got to be related to somebody. The same big girl with them thick ass eyelashes.
Actually,
she worked at the table. She worked on the phone for the deliveries.
She was a mailman.
She got her hair done. It was like they used her for like hella different parts.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that too, because it's just like you remembered her from the first scene because she always had something smart to say. And then you saw her in another scene on the phone. She always had something smart to say. So like I thought that was dope too. That was like that reminded me of like them Adam Sandler movies, how he just like got a certain cast in the movie that always pop up no matter what. Like they could be
the default white cast.
Right. So they need to take I know that this movie they have the same actors that are in that TV show, the McGraw Ave. Most of the actors that are in this are in that.
Oh well, we need to watch that.
Yeah. So it's just like I'm curious to see how they are in a more serious setting, but I would see I could see a part 2 for this.
I don't know if necessarily needs to be a Christmas movie, but
No, it don't have to be.
I want to see them do something else.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
you know how they did Friday. I'm not comparing this to Friday, but you know how they did Friday as a
fuck that. Hey,
Christmas
compare it to
movie?
Friday, nigga. Why not?
You know how people are, man. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you say something and you don't really mean it, and some people's like, Friday,
Hey,
nigga tripping, cuz.
fuck what you think.
It was like, you just talking, and somebody we just like, that nigga said that movie was better than Friday. I'm like, I didn't say that.
Yeah, hey, tell them to go watch it. We'll get more views. Nigga would tell us what we said is better than Friday.
But I could see this being they could set it up to where they could even do this shit in seasons. They could do.
I see what you're saying though. You saying like a universe with them in it, like just showing us different shit going on with their family, which would be cool. But then we'll end up with the whole. It's like I feel like they can only go so far to where now somebody got to die.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't kill off nobody.
Don't kill nobody, man.
I feel like they could make a little trilogy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fucked up part about it is they named it A Very Merry Hood Christmas, right? So it's like it's hard. Like Friday was just called Friday, and Friday next Friday, and Friday after next. If they would have called this something else and it was just Christmas themed, they could have probably kept on roll. They could have did a Thanksgiving or a Halloween movie with the same people.
I get what you said, like get a trending topic that you could slap the title on each one, just give it a different ending.
Right, exactly. So I mean, A Very Merry Hood Christmas, going back to the title, that if I would tell somebody to watch it, they'd be like, nigga, I'm not watching no Very Merry Hood, nothing.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up we think like that, but it's like that's what we be getting. Like it's always like a Christmas in Compton, and it's like what you're about to get.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
This is nothing like that.
Nothing like that at all. This could have came out in theaters, really.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't want to feel like I'm making it seem like it's the best movie in the world, right? Like every movie has its flaws, but I wasn't really focused on it. You know, sometimes you could start a movie and like I'm already worried about. I'm thinking about the flaw. I'm writing down. Like, oh man, that was a bad cut. Oh man, they didn't need that scene. Oh man, why they put that in there? Like I was just enjoying the movie, bro. Like I honestly just went through it. You know, there was a couple of things that I was just like, it was funny. And it probably, you know what I mean? It's like, of course you can do without certain scenes, but
yeah,
I was fucking with it. I don't even know if when you were saying that them filming in the same house, I didn't even notice that shit until you just
I noticed it at the end of the movie because it was like I think I noticed it when they had the montage when everybody was going through it, and then you see the dark skinned brother, the one that looked like Sue Surf, he had the wave cap on. He's sitting at the table, reflecting, and then they cut to his girl. She's sitting at that same table. I was like, oh, okay, they this is all one location. And then at the end, there's a scene with what's the gay dude name? What you didn't tell me his name. When he came out the house, they on the porch, but you see in the window, it's a sign that says, please don't use this front door. This is not a front door, some shit like that.
Okay.
So I was like, so it's like you could tell they didn't use too many locations in this motherfucker.
Yeah, excuse me, the office party probably was in the same house.
It was in the basement.
Okay.
I'm dead serious because you saw where they were sitting at. That was the basement.
It was a downstairs because when the old boyfriend came back down, he was coming from upstairs. He came downstairs, so yeah, it was definitely probably. It was like, yeah, we're gonna do all of this shit in one space, and they definitely made the best of it. But what do you think about that? I think that part right there was the typical Black movie, like deadbeat daddy coming here is like a fight. I thought somebody was gonna get smoked. Honestly, once he came into it and dude got in his face, he was just like, "Nigga, what you about to do?" I was like,
so this is what's crazy. What was he there for?
Somebody invite. Well, as far as the office party, I don't know about that one, but I know the grandma invited him to the house.
Yeah, that part, yeah, he got invited, but the office party.
For some reason, I was like, okay, he must work at the same spot. They never really put it out there like that, but that nigga show. I mean, you know how things is. Like sometimes you be somewhere and you see somebody like, whoa, what the fuck you doing here? Like, I know such and such. So
right,
they didn't explain it. They probably didn't feel like they needed to.
Yeah,
he had such a small role.
It was a needed drama, but you know what I paid attention to, like I said, how it's based on real life. The brother with the brown leather jacket, he never reacted until it was time to react. Like he didn't jump up, even when he showed up at the house. He was kind of like the fuck, but he's like, out of respect for her, I'm not gonna react until it get real.
I think it's because he felt that the guy was actually trying to be a good father. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he never really shit on him.
That's what I'm saying. So it was like that's a realistic approach. Like this is your business. Even with the daughter getting smart and going in the house slamming the door, he kind of looked at her like this is your business to deal with. It's not my place.
Yeah.
And so a lot of stepfathers fuck up by doing too much. So it's like when it was like, why aren't you dressed? He made his little comment, but it wasn't like a get up and go get dressed now. You ain't flexing no power. And then even when he knew she was blaming him for not seeing her dad, he could have took that time and been like, that's your mama. But he didn't. He was like, fuck, like it's a partnership. So he's just like, you know what I mean? This ain't the right time to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, he definitely didn't approach it with that like, you know how some stepfather, like in movies, they make the stepfather seem to be like this asshole, you know what I mean? For doing too much. Like, he kind of always gave her, like, even when he was like, hey, just letting you know you can't come, it's the adult thing or whatever. Like, all the adults is going. Like, he was being respectful to her and just trying to, like, let her know he wasn't trying to, like, tell her what to do. And, she gave him a hard time for the most part, but I don't know. Like, I guess at one point, did she find out that he was okay with the dad, or was trying to? Because I feel like she got cool with him out of nowhere.
She heard him.
She heard him.
She heard him because he had it got to a point where he just went off on her. Because remember, he got the advice from his dad. His dad was like, either she got hurt, she ain't over him, or she ain't over the hurt.
Right.
So after the interaction with him showing up at his parents' house, that's when he was like in their living room going off on her.
So she heard them arguing.
Yeah, because he was snapping on her. He was like snapping on her. But like I said, I appreciated the fact that he never did it in front of her on purpose. Like, it was never like that's your mama fault or overstepping his boundaries. And I think that's the angle that step parents deal with. Like, the kids don't know. The kids blame the step parent for everything.
Exactly. It's like
but they don't know, like, they don't know that it ain't really you. It's the other person.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's definitely.
So they did cool at that.
Yeah, they put that out there. So there was parts about this, I guess, that were seriously, but it's like sometimes it's like, I guess it was so close to something hilarious, it was kind of hard to hold on to that shit. And I was one thing I did notice that was hella funny was these niggas walkaway game was crazy. Like, it just seemed like every time they made a point, like, they would just bang on their wife. They would say something, was just like, I can't believe you, da 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 da, and they would just walk away. And it happened in a lot of scenes. I was just like, yo, this nigga's walk away game is strong. Like, I don't know if it was just the dude that looked like Sue Surf, what you were saying. I was calling him Little Sean Puffy. What's his name? King Combs?
Yeah.
Dude kept walking away from his wife. Every time he made a point, nigga just walked away.
And he would say some real shit.
He would.
It was like it's like what really happens, because it's like you don't want to snap on your girl, but you want to get your point across.
Right. Yeah, I was rolling. I think she tried to. I hate this in movies too, and and in real life. Don't ever do this, ladies. If you hear this podcast, don't give your man coochie for Christmas, man.
That ain't no fucking present.
Get that man a gift. That shit was. I was laughing because he was just like, she was mad at him, and then it was Christmas morning, I guess. She was like, "You ready to unwrap your gift?" I was like, man, that's a felony.
I just saw you naked this morning. That ain't unwrapping shit.
We had sex yesterday.
About to wrap up them boots you wore yesterday and give them to you. You ready for your gift? How you gonna feel about that? The fuck up. Put your clothes on, go out there, give me that PS5. You making all this money.
Right, exactly. Like, you got all the braid talking about this is my Christmas gift, but anyway, I thought that shit was funny. She was just like, I was mad at you, but here, take this gift. I'm like, nah, I need a real present now. You pissed me off.
You gonna take it though, but still, that ain't no present.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say no, but after we done, then I'm gonna give you an attitude.
Sex on Christmas morning is crazy.
You gonna make them tacos? Like, I'm pulling one of those, mate. I'm pulling one of those.
Oh man.
Keep giving me ass as a gift. Fuck. We'll take it though. I'm just bullshitting.
Absolutely.
But I ain't though at the same time. But like I said,
about
it. Yeah. Overall, this shit was like, this literally could have been in theaters, in my opinion. It literally could have. And it's funny because thinking about all the actors in it, everybody did cool. The one with the fluffy eyebrows, the fluffy eyelashes shit. She you could tell she don't really act like that.
Which one are you talking? Are you talking about the one that had the hair salon?
No, the one the one I said, the big one that was in every scene doing everything.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you could tell she's not a seasoned actress, but she did enough. Like she did a little part and got on.
She was
I was
funny.
rolling. She had me laughing in the beginning when she walked in, like, here go y'all little papers. I was like, God.
She threw that nigga package at the end.
That nigga said, you better try again.
That nigga he will roast everybody. He was like, he had talked about the girls. He talked about their hair as he walked in the house. He just
man.
He was like, come on, Bob, halfway up, halfway down.
That nigga said you give me a Bobby Brown feel. Hey, he just talked, but it's niggas like that. Like they just be talking about something serious. That nigga just jump in talking shit in every scene. That nigga's like, that this nigga weak as hell. Like you saying it while she leave.
That's super fun. Like, just imagine that. Like you think your girl cheating or not doing right. That nigga's like, man, hey, you weak as hell. You ain't gonna say nothing. And he egging his brother on. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I have no brothers.
Hey, that nigga said he couldn't have kids. The brother was like, nigga, oh, you got us out here looking weak, nigga. Like, yo, nigga, we come from a strong family. It's like serious moments, you cracking jokes, but that's how shit be. Like that's the real hood element. Like even in serious moments, we're gonna say something funny. Right. You say what's on your mind.
Yeah, that nigga had like, I'm trying to think of his one-liners. Like I think the hall in the mouth was funny. When he was talking about his mom and dad, when they was getting it in the beginning, him talking about how his brother was shooting blanks, that was funny.
That shit was funny.
When he was talking about the chicken, he was just like, she was like, that's my mama's family recipe. He was like, you done gave our family a special recipe? You know, special mean retarded. I was like, there's no way nobody wrote that in the script. Like,
hey, that nigga said, I didn't know you can get the itis from terrible food. I was hey, and it's funny because, like I said, both of them, like, so when they in the kitchen cooking, the gay brother in there, and the whole time she cooking the chicken, I'm like kind of looking at it, but I'm like, I ain't really sure because she just like massaging the chicken. That nigga was like, I'm wondering why you keep massaging that chicken without putting no seasoning on it. I was like, nigga, I'm thinking the same thing.
They had her doing some random shit. Like, you know, sometimes like in movies, like you'll see, like you'll listen to what they're saying, but they're doing something in the process. And it's like, you ever see somebody stirring up like a bowl of soup? And you can tell ain't no soup in that motherfucker. They just, the spoon at the top. You see the top of the spoon, like, what the fuck are you stirring?
Hey, you talking about like on East Side, this nigga, she was stirring that pot of water. That nigga said, what you making? Spaghetti and meatballs? Nigga, that is a
ain't no way.
Pot of water.
Nigga, she was talking to them, nigga. She was literally scooping green beans in a trash bag. I was like, what is she doing? I was like, why don't she if she's throwing it away, just dump it. Why is she scooping it with a baby spoon in a trash can? It was like, yeah, just pretend you're doing something and just start talking. I paid attention to it because I was just looking, I was like, why is she scooping green beans in a trash bag?
I think they said the food was terrible. They was probably throwing that shit away.
I thought it was the chicken, but she was scooping them green beans. I'm like, yo, if you're throwing it away, just throw it. That shit was just funny to me. It's something that I noticed. It was funny.
Throwing it away is too fast, nigga. They got to scoop it.
So, getting to the end of the movie, where they found out that they were just gonna keep the house or whatever.
That shit was funny too. They went off again.
I thought to myself, I would have ended the movie right there. Like, just like that would have been like that would have been their reaction. Credit.
Yeah.
It kept on going. It was opening gifts or whatever. And then old girl from the salon was giving out checks. And you know, I felt like that was the only scene that was like, that was one of them director cut things. I was like, yo, cut that shit out. We're gonna end it right there. Like, they're gonna keep the house, credits roll.
But it's like well, okay, I can see what you're saying. So with the keep the house, I guess you kind of get the feel that maybe there's another movie coming.
Right, that would have been a good cliffhanger because what happened next wasn't important. Like, it wasn't even like there was nothing about it Nothing about it was necessary. I'm not saying that I'm mad because it wasn't a lot. It was just more of like that's where I would have cut the movie. That's just my
But
opinion.
it's like tied up with a Christmas feel. So
Like
it's like
like them opening up the gifts and
yeah, so tied up with the Christmas feel. Let it end like that. You know what I mean? Let it end with them being joyous with the Christmas gifts because that's what a Christmas movie is.
Yeah, I didn't think about Christmas the whole movie.
Yeah,
Like the whole movie could have been on Easter. and it would have still been good. And I feel you. So I feel like since they named it Very Hood Christmas, like what's a Christmas movie without the end where they all looking at each other in slow motion, opening up their gifts and shit like that. You got me this. This is like that nigga took everybody's checks at the end.
Yeah. That nigga and they gave the dad a pound of weed. That nigga was juice.
Yeah, he was hella happy. Like even the mama smelled it. She was just like, girl. Like Miss Pearly Friday. Oh, I got me some weed.
Oh shit. Overall, okay, so fuck it. Let's just get to the ratings then. I feel like we talked about it enough.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna give this movie right. Hold on, let me go over here. Right. And I'm not changing the channel.
Sure enough. I could just say same thing, but I want to do my rights, nigga.
Go ahead, do that.
Right. Right.
I wasn't supposed to laugh. Do it again. I wasn't supposed to laugh. My bad.
That nigga fucked up my rights. All right, right. And I ain't changing the motherfucking channel.
For sure. Replay value. Absolutely.
Replay value for sure.
I'm definitely running it back one time. Shout out to the director of this movie, Thomas L. Harris. And I wish I knew who the writer was, but I don't know. I can't find it.
I'm gonna find him on Instagram. I'm tagging everybody in this review. But this, hey, so like we said, rights across the board, writing, acting, story, production, everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is how you do some shit.
If I would have been a dick, I would have put the acting as like a regular right, just on some, I was judging it too hard, but nah, like everybody was believable. Nobody pissed me off in a way that I'm just like, why they put this motherfucker in the movie? I feel like everybody, you know what? I feel like they had auditions. It was like, all right, you're gonna play this role because that's, what I mean? Like you're a better actor than this person. This person, this is your dialogue. You don't need to say much. I need you to react, like facial express gestures and whatnot. But they didn't give a lot of lines to the people that probably didn't have no acting chops.
Right. I mean? So maybe that's where Big Cuz come in because
I'm telling you, he was chill the whole movie, but I still appreciated him as a character. Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't like one of them things I was like, oh, y'all should have got somebody else. Like, nah, he was good.
Every line he said made sense. Every line he said was important. So it was like he didn't have to say too much.
Exactly. Yeah. So as far as why,
so what you said all of these people are in McGraw Ave, like
not all of them,
is
but
that a drama?
Shaft is in there. The dude with the big dude that we were just talking about, he's in there. I think a few of the girls is in there. So yeah, McGraw Ave has most of them.
Is that a drama or is it it's a comedy?
It's not a comedy. I know they were talking about season 2, so I ain't even seen season 1, so we might have might have to step into that. I almost don't want to watch it because I don't want to be like, damn. Like these niggas was good in this movie, but this shit is ass bag. Like I like, don't fuck up the movie, man. I like y'all. Like I low-key want to follow y'all.
I don't. So maybe it's telling me it ain't gonna be that bad.
Like I was like, cause they funny and they was cool, but I was like, damn, I gotta see these niggas like really, cause you know how it is when most of these movies you gotta act in a way to where it's like, you gotta be serious most of the time. You gotta have like dialogue, you about to kill somebody, they running and doing all kind of stunts and shit. That shit might be extra trash, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Because like I enjoyed this one so much, I want to give it a chance just because like they made a season 2, so they got enough people fucking with it.
Right. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Say, you don't want to watch it, like, man, fuck.
I was like, damn, like I done fucked up. But story, I just felt like it was just like how you were saying this, the inside stories, like the full actual plot. Like I wouldn't even be able to give this like the what do they call it? The synopsis of this movie is very like, oh, family gets together to celebrate Christmas and it gets wild or some shit like that. Like if I would just saw that, I'd have been like, oh, it's another one of these stupid ass Christmas movies.
You would automatically assume that.
Right, but there's so many different little gems in the movie, so that's why I gave the story you're right. It was definitely worth watching. It was funny, you know what I mean? That's a good part of the story because you know that's.
But it's hood funny. Like you don't have to do too much, and I think that's what people lose. It's like when you start forcing it, you start playing this like quirky ass music, and this nigga just walk in talking shit and shablam. Ah. Oh, mama, you burn the grits again. You know what I mean? Like we don't need all of that. That you know how that shit go. That's the shit that take you out. Like that's the shit you like you wanted me to laugh at that. A lot of the shit these niggas were saying was like naturally funny. Yeah, you know how that shit be, man.
Yeah, they do be going overboard. Mama, you done burned the grits again.
You know how that shit go.
That's like that bullshit ass I don't want to say slave comedy, but that shit be super.
It is
super coonish, nigga. Like it's
damn. Yeah, like hot damn. Who made the grits? Like we don't want all of that shit. Make it naturally funny. Fuck. This is naturally funny. This is like you could damn near go to a family reunion right now and see all of this shit happen.
Yeah. So I guess I would have to credit the writing to that. So it's like whoever wrote this movie definitely wrote in some funny one-liners. I don't know if a lot of it was improvised, but as far as writing goes, it was definitely funny. I felt like there wasn't too much extra dialogue. I forgot what movie we were talking about, and you were just like, man, remember that one movie we was watching, they kept on saying the same thing over and over and over again. Like, yo, dude, I heard you the first time.
Right. You know and it's a lot of times like that's what bothers me. So Tyler Perry does that. I think it's because he does the soap opera angle, but it's like a lot of like loop dialogue. And they didn't do none of that shit. Like I said, they'd be like, your chain, somebody stole my chain, but my chain is missing. But my chain, no. But I had that chain. Somebody stole my chain. It's like they'll keep doing that to kind of make the scene longer.
Super repetitive dialogue. You know, and with like movies like Tyler Perry, I feel like he needs some comedy, some more comedic or maybe comedians in his movie. I mean, sometimes he does put them in there, but like I feel like some of his movies are like he'll push like Christianity in there, so they'll drop some Bible verses in the dialogue. Like that's. You know, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just like the Lord told me. And
hey, I love guys.
Ecclesiastes verse 10. I was like, you know, like well, you have to say that in the dialogue. Like just push on. Like, and then it's always like, just like you said, like damn. I remember in that movie, remember Why Did I Get Married Too? Like you can tell how they wrote this shit. And it was just corny when don't get me wrong, I like Why Did I Get Married series. That was good. I ain't shitting on that. But it was like, damn, why did I get married? She's like, why did I get married too? Like, really, Tyler Perry? You have to throw that in there, huh? Why did I get married too? I don't even know if that makes sense.
It don't.
I'm not even sure that makes sense, fam. But anyway, I don't want
to. So we ain't shitting on Tyler Perry. We just my angle is just that with his shows. And I think he does it because that's what soap operas mainly do. It's like the repetitive line. So I'm not taking no shots at Tyler Perry by saying that, but it's like sometimes that'll take me out. If you say the same thing 4 times in a row, then it's like, okay, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, there was enough in this. Like whoever wrote the script, they didn't do too much of that repetitive dialogue. You know, plus every line was. Like it meant something or it was funny, you know what I mean? Like it was just like random talks. Like when they had the little powwow with the men talking outside. I feel like they didn't write the comedy dude shit though. Like that
nigga was freestyling that.
They were just like, yo, whatever they say, just throw some one-liners in there, and that was perfect.
And
So,
that's how it go. Like I said, it's like even in the serious moments, we kind of laugh at our pain just as Black people. Like we ain't ever like that down and out to where it's like fuck everything, especially when it's a group. It's like somebody gonna be cracking jokes and talking shit, even if the moment is serious. It's gonna happen.
yeah, absolutely. So writing, that's why I gave that a right, just because I just felt like they put that together well as far as script goes. Production, fucking on point, nigga. Like B-roll, all of that shit was like, cause sometimes B-roll just be like pointless to me, and I think I might be the only one to pay attention to shit like that, nigga. But it just be
I
like,
think you are.
yeah.
Every time you say B-roll, I'll be like this, like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you talking about when you say that.
B-roll is just like before the film, they'll show like the house. Or they'll show the city of Los Angeles, the city of Oakland. They'll show it.
So you talk about like a so they're just like filming the area. Nobody's in there. It's kind of like just setting the scene.
Setting the scene. So it's like some movies is just pointless. Like it was like I remember seeing some movie. It was like they showed the daytime, like it was clearly the daytime, and they showed the sun setting, but it was still daytime at the house, and I was just like, yo. Like this shit, like they didn't need that. It's like, are y'all trying to make the movie longer? You know what I mean?
Right.
We need something in this part to make this movie an hour and 30 minutes, and right now we had an hour and 28.
So it's like if you want to do that, make it make sense. Show it during the daytime, the whole time if the scene is in the daytime.
Right. The music that goes along with it, because sometimes you can put the wrong music in the background. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like that scene don't need to be upbeat, or that scene doesn't need to be like melancholy, right? You know what I mean? Like they'll just throw whatever. But this movie, I feel like the 2 rap songs they put in there, like the background music when something would happen or something would go wrong, I felt like it wasn't corny, it wasn't like weird music, it was just perfect. Film, the camera, all of that shit was quality to me. You know what I mean?
They executed. Like I said, you could tell they didn't use a lot of locations, but they pulled that shit off. Like every location and setting made sense for what they were doing.
I didn't notice it, bro, and that's all good production. You know what I mean? They set that up very well. And what's the last one? Acting is it wasn't Denzel Washington wasn't in the movie or nothing, but it was enough. It was enough for me to give it a right, because I felt like everybody played their part really well, and it was believable for me. So yeah,
even the little kid, like.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't have that kid. I'll just be paying attention to stupid shit. Like I was like, watch that little kid look in the camera. But he did a good job.
He did a good job. Everybody did good, man. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, even the daughter, even the young the daughter is like, you can tell sometimes, like you watch a movie, like they'll probably tell her, it's like, yo, you're gonna be this sassy, little girl or whatever. But she was chill, like, you know what I mean? She said a couple of those things or whatever, she was a little smart mouth, but she didn't go overboard, like, you ain't my daddy, I hate you. Like,
right.
You know
she didn't do like the girls in the that Beast movie.
I didn't see that movie.
Man, the daughters, man. But like you said, she wasn't like overly disrespectful. You could take it as disrespect, but she wasn't going overly like, you ain't shit. It was more like just kind of like a more mad at her mom and taking out on him. And something like even when she was like, why does everything this dude say goes? It's like that's a natural reaction for a kid dealing with a step parent. She wasn't just like, man, fuck you. It was like she's just mad.
That nigga wasn't no slouch either. You probably banged on her.
Yeah. And even her interaction with the grandma, when she was like, that ain't my grandma, but her interaction with her was still respectful. It wasn't like a rolling her eyes and don't talk to me. You know what I mean? It wasn't it wasn't over the top.
And that's how like the Tyler Perry movies be. Like, sometimes like that daughter that was just should be hella disrespectful, and Madea shoot her or some shit.
What the hell? Oh yeah, the Madea throwing fucking fry pans and shit at her, and I shoot you. It's I get what you say, like Keke Palmer. Like it wasn't nothing like that.
Right. Yeah, it's like you can be funny without being just like overly off the top. So yeah, this movie.
I'd have to put on the tap dance shoes.
Yeah, this movie definitely clears the board
easily.
Yeah,
and we got. And I'll cut it out if we don't watch, if we don't like it. But we're gonna go watch McGraw. McGraw. We go watch.
I watched the first episode, like, fuck. Niggas are fucked up. Oh man.
All right, that's another one. Black on Black Prime. Follow us everywhere. Listen to us everywhere. You can watch us on YouTube and you can watch us on Spotify. I don't know if nobody else is doing that, but you can do that on ours. You know what I mean? We doing things. We out here. We looking for TV shows to review, but
ain't no low budget TV shows other than that McGraw John. I saw
It
that.
ain't-
I don't know if it's a joke or not, but I saw a poster in that group saying Niecy and Kim show from
I saw that today.
I'm not watching that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it a wow.
That nigga brought it up to say he's not white.
I'm not watching that shit, man. Not because I had a problem with them. It's just too late.
Oh man, that nigga brought it up to say I'm not watching it.
Nigga, Kim and Niecy are 50. So what the fuck could they possibly do?
Why you even bring it up right now?
I just telling you, I figured you might have saw it. Like, yo, we gonna watch that Kim and Niecy. I'm not watching that shit.
You could have said it after we cut. You said it right now, but there was no reason for them to catch them strays.
I need to know what they plan on doing with that. Do they plan on? Are they still in college?
Oh, shit.
I need them to be mamas or something.
Oh my God. There was no reason to even bring that up. I wasn't gonna say shit about that.
Oh, nigga, Moesha better be in nigga every now and then. I just want to see Brandy come through. I need to see Brandy walk through the house. Brandy need to be the neighbor or something.
Only person gonna come in there is cuz with the keyboard that was rapping. That nigga gonna be there. Hold on to his drink. Let's get the group back together.
Nigga, I don't want to see Monique in that bitch. I don't want to see Professor Ogilvy in that motherfucker.
Oh my God. He might be there.
Nigga, man, if I see, nigga, they gotta have some drop-ins. Nigga, Moesha gotta be like that cast member that just come in and eat the food out the refrigerator. Hey, Kim, hey, Niecy. Just, yeah, Moesha's mom. I don't want to see her. Hey, you know it's a good show? Abbott Elementary. Have you seen Abbott Elementary?
Hell yeah, that shit funny. Oh, we ain't supposed to talk about that.
Oh, shut up.
It's mainstream. Hey, but
oh shit.
That Denise, hey, it might be a good show. It
somebody gonna have to. I mean, to see it. Like somebody will have to see the first episode and probably. Well, I mean, we the reviewers, right? I guess we do have to give it a chance.
It's gonna be the nigga that wrote it gonna put up a post like, "Yeah, hey, y'all check this out. This is good."
I'm just not here to shit on, you know what I mean, stuff that I know I don't like anyway.
Right.
Like I was a Moesha fan back in the day, but I can't sit here and tell you I watched all the episodes either.
I feel like I did.
Yeah, I felt like maybe I definitely missed a couple. You know how like I can guarantee you I saw every Martin episode probably 20, 40 times a piece, right? But I can't guarantee you that I saw every Moesha episode. I don't remember.
I can't guarantee it either. And then at some point it was like, all right.
Yeah,
I'm getting tired of this nigga Uncle Frank's haircut. I'm getting tired of Moesha's smart ass mouth. Like it was a point where it was like, all right, now like it ain't even no more fun in this motherfucker.
Fucking Shirley Ralph's reactions to everything. Miles.
That nigga Miles doing the Running Man. Doing the Running Man and smoking weed. I was like, okay, y'all taking this shit far.
Nigga, they could have had Ray J could have had his own show, bro. They could have.
Hey, that nigga's a great actor.
Dorian. Do to the re into the.
Hey, fuck that.
They could have had a Dorian spinoff.
Hey, his name was D Money. His name wasn't Dorian. D Money.
D Money.
He could have had a show. But anyway, so we're gonna check out the Niecy and we're gonna check it out. This nigga did not have to bring that up, man. You didn't have to do that on here.
Just like we said, man, subscribe to our shit, man. We're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Check out our clips on that. And if you guys got any recommendations that you want to send us, this shit better be good though, because I'm gonna point it out. Like if we get a recommendation from someone, hey, I need to review this, and that shit trash, I'm gonna be like, yo, this nigga said this shit was good. Trash, my man.
Hey, I just ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh,
but more power to y'all, man. Keep the shit rolling.
Absolutely.
Then we out.
Black power.
Duck down.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.